Ever notice how your best ideas show up at the weirdest times? Like in the shower. Or just as you're about to fall asleep. No laptop, no brainstorming session. Just boom, out of nowhere. That's not a fluke. The problem might not be that you're lazy or distracted. It might be that life's just too damn loud. Notifications, podcasts, endless noise in and outside your head. Genius doesn't shout, it whispers. And maybe the smartest move you can make right now is to shut it all off and finally listen. Stick around. What you'll discover in this video might just change how you do everything. Makes sense, right? Now, zoom out for a second. Let's look at the chaos we live in every day. Think about your daily life. Ping, a notification. Buzz, another message. You try to focus, but your phone lights up again. By noon, your brain feels like a browser with 100 tabs open, each one screaming for attention. It's like trying to read a book while 5 people shout your name. We crave distraction. But here's the brutal paradox. Your brain begs for stimulation, then burns out from too much of it. We scroll for a quick hit of dopamine, then wonder why we feel anxious, drained, and stuck. And it's not just the outside noise. It's the inside noise too. The never-ending inner monologue, to-do lists, worries, what-ifs. You lie in bed exhausted, but your mind is running laps. Mental noise is just as brutal as a jackhammer. No wonder your best ideas can't get through. Even after you switch tasks, part of your brain stays stuck on what just distracted you. Psychologists call it attention residue. Like trying to sprint with ankle weights on. All of this noise, it's keeping you average. So what's the move? Live in a cave? Delete every app? Not quite. The answer isn't escape. It's strategic silence. A conscious decision to step back from the chaos and tune back into yourself. Going quiet isn't giving up. It's a comeback move. Like an artist retreating to the studio to create a masterpiece. You're not running away. You're getting ready to return, sharper, calmer, and clearer than ever. Okay, so silence sounds powerful. But what does it really do for your brain? Let's break it down, because once you understand how it works, you'll never see doing nothing the same way again. How do you clear it? Set it down. Let it be still. In silence, the sediment settles, and clarity emerges. Science backs this up. When you give your brain a break from constant input, magic happens. Those idle moments, in the shower, on a walk, before sleep, are when your brain connects dots and surfaces insights. It's not wasted time. It's your inner workshop at work. Why? Because in silence, your mind stops reacting and starts wandering. Through memories, ideas, possibilities. That's where creative breakthroughs hide. Ever had an answer pop into your head hours after giving up on a problem? That's your quiet mind doing its thing. Silence also sharpens focus. Without background noise, your attention becomes laser-like. And physiologically, quiet tells your nervous system to chill. Stress fades, the brain resets. And if you're sensitive to overstimulation, maybe introverted, maybe just human, silence isn't a luxury. It's fuel. Bottom line, silence isn't empty. It's space. Space to think, to breathe, to access the genius that's been there all along, just waiting for things to quiet down. Okay, so silence is awesome. But how do you actually get more of it in this deafening world? How do you go quiet without quitting your job, ditching your friends, or joining a monastery? Here's the good news. Silence is accessible right now without permission, and it's free. You just have to intentionally claim it. Try these science-backed techniques to turn down the noise and unlock your inner genius. 1. Schedule dopamine detox moments. You don't need a retreat. Just carve out input-free moments. No phone, music, or screens. Start with 30 minutes of silence each evening. Yes, it'll feel boring at first. Your brain will itch for stimulation like a kid craving candy. But sit through it. That's your attention system resetting. Over time, the discomfort fades and clarity kicks in. Try a screen-free Sunday or go tech light on a weekend. These micro-dopamine fasts rewire how your brain experiences pleasure and focus. Life starts feeling richer again, not because you added more, but because you finally paused the noise. 2. Embrace mind-wandering sessions. Set aside 10 to 15 minutes to do absolutely nothing. No phone, podcast, or distractions. Just let your mind wander. Sip coffee, stare out the window, or take a quiet walk. This isn't lazy, it's strategic. Your brain connects ideas in the background when left alone. Think of your mind like a snow globe. Stop shaking it, and new patterns start to appear. Great thinkers relied on boredom and silence for a reason. At first, you may feel restless, but soon you'll unlock that elusive aha clarity, the kind that doesn't show up when you're constantly distracted. 3. Create a solitude zone in your day. If you can't escape the noise, step away from it, on purpose. Carve out quiet moments, early mornings, silent commutes, chores without headphones. At first, silence feels awkward. We're used to constant input, but those pauses help reset your nervous system and refocus your mind. Soon, you'll crave them like water. Solitude isn't avoidance, it's how you reconnect. Bit by bit, silence becomes your secret edge in a world that never stops talking. 4. Solitude is not equal to isolation. Solitude isn't loneliness, it's strength. It's not you hiding, it's you building. Like athletes in off-season or artists in deep work mode. When FOMO creeps in, ask, is this really urgent? Probably not. The world can wait. You're investing inward. Write down your goals. Revisit them when the urge to post hits. In time, you'll stop needing external proof. The progress is real, even if it's quiet. That's the beauty of it. Growth that doesn't need to be seen to matter. Heads up, silence feels uncomfortable at first. The noise you've used to numb stress, it'll come rushing back. You might feel lonely, restless, even anxious. Totally normal. But stick with it. That discomfort fades into calm, then focus. This is your cocoon phase. No need to post, prove, or perform. You're quietly evolving, and when you no longer crave applause, that's how you'll know it's working. You're not hiding, you're in stealth mode, doing the real work without the noise. So, when do you come back? When does quiet turn into action and reflection into impact? After weeks or months of quiet growth, you might wonder, when do I come back? Simple, when you no longer need to. When sharing value matters more than seeking attention. You'll know you're ready when you've made real progress, built the thing, healed, improved. You're grounded in your own voice, unbothered by opinions. You're returning to contribute, not to show off. That's purpose, not look at me, but here's what I've learned. Maybe it helps you too. When you re-emerge, you won't need fanfare. People will notice the changes, your energy, clarity, confidence. They'll ask, where have you been? And you'll smile, knowing I was working, in silence. You may let some noise back in, but this time on your terms. You've built a center you can return to. You can now dip in and out of quiet when needed, like a secret weapon. True power isn't in the spotlight. It's in knowing you don't need it. You've trained in the shadows. You've found your edge and kept your peace. Okay, here's a few minutes of my confession. I hope you'll stick around to listen. Before I found quiet, I was overwhelmed, drowning in content, expectations, opinions, most of them not even mine. I didn't realize how far I drifted from myself until I sat in the silence and finally felt it all. This isn't some go meditate and you'll be fine pitch. This was me, slowly climbing out of my own mental fog. No shortcuts, just honesty, stillness, and healing. If you're struggling, you're not broken, you're human. Leave a comment if you need a space to talk. I'm here, I've been there. And if this helped even a little, maybe share it. Not because I want attention, but because someone else is stuck where I was. And maybe your share becomes the moment they finally pause, breathe, and feel seen. Silence didn't fix me, but it gave me the space to finally fix myself.